Welcome everybody, this is tractorchute here today on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Today we have ourselves a very good matchup between a Protoss and a Zerg. Player in the bottom left hand corner is our red Protoss by the name of VermogeN. VermogeN. In the upper right hand corner we have what has become my favorite clan, because I do get lots of submissions from these guys. From Team Copper, Cstewart will be representing the blue Zerg in this match here. We'll give it a little speed up to get right into this game. Cstewart is currently heading out with the Overlord. Looks like he's going to head over to the upper left corner to start this game, where he will not find a whole heck of a lot. And of course this game is being played on Star Station. Not my personal favorite map, but I know a lot of people out there do like this map. Are getting the first gas out of VermogeN here. Appears like he is maybe going with a fairly heavy gas build. Do not see the assimilator as the first building very often as a Protoss player. Is going to head out and get that scout off. In the meantime, he's chrono boosting, so looks like running a very macro heavy game so far with the gas early and chrono boosting the heck out of his probes. Is now getting up the first gateway to start this game off here. He does get the probe up into the upper right corner here. Cstewart, we'll see how he's going to handle this. Probably just going to leave him there, as really doesn't have anything other than the spawning pool. VermogeN doesn't see any early dogs by no means, so probably not expecting the rush. Cstewart runs some dogs down here, maybe looking for some cheese, as not a Protoss or any player on this map does like to cheese in this corner. I've seen a lot of proxy barracks / proxy pylons happen at that point in time. Cstewart is going to get himself out a gas to start this game here as well with the spawning pool. I'd assume a Roach Warren's going to come soon as well. Does scout to the upper left corner where he does not find anything. Doesn't look like he is scouting with a drone. Very bronze level, but maybe not all that interested in where his opponent is very much here. Does get the early hatch down. Fairly good start for him here. Might be going for a fairly somewhat macro heavy game. Definitely not a rush game, as we've already determined that. Does have the second gas. Maybe looking at a gas heavy build possibly, as he does have a couple nice early gases with the queen out here so far. We go up here. We are getting down a forge. So it could be a bit of a forge fast expand. He's obviously beyond that point now, but maybe doing a bronze level forge fast expand. Let's get the extra pylon out and does get the second gateway going down here. Cstewart has decided to leave the Overlord up here, maybe waiting to see whether or not his opponent does expand there, or maybe has forgotten about it altogether. Is running his dogs around like crazy here. They're all over the place here. Back and forth they go here. Dogs have a lot of patrol points here. Holy, not entirely sure what this patrolling is for. Can't give you a reason, to be honest with you there. Maybe they're pretty stupid dogs. Who knows? Anyways, those dogs are going to run around in circles for a little bit. Maybe checking for cheese more than likely is the idea there. Is getting the cannon down there. A couple cannons, so definitely will not get rushed. Has a bit of an artosis pylon there. But needless to say there, if dogs are getting up here, those cannons will probably knock off quite a few before that pylon ever went down. Cstewart just finishing up with that hatchery here. Is finally moving the Overlord down, where he will see exactly where his opponent is located here. Still do not see anything else up here. No Roach Warren yet, so apparently is sticking with the dogs and macro heavy game to start. Does not have any drones at his expansion here, so nothing very interesting happening here. At the other end, we are getting a little bit of warp gate technology here. Does have a Zealot to stand in between those two cannons there to make sure nothing gets up there. Getting down a couple more pylons over at VermogeN's base, making sure he does not get supply blocked anymore, as he did supply block himself for a little bit there, but should have everything on the move pretty quick here. Does have another Zealot pumping out, does have the third gate finishing up here. No upgrades out of the forge at this current time. If we take a look here, we got about 6 dogs, 2 queens to the 1 Zealot here. Pretty even on the probe to drone count, 26 to 23 for VermogeN. Fairly good larva count for Cstewart, as is remaining around the 10 mark. VermogeN does fight ship core, very well done. Hopefully the game catches up to me pretty quick here. Do apologize for that lag. Lack of speed here. Anyways, we do get it mined up here with 5 more drones on the expansion here. Still has the 2 Zealots with the 1 sentry up there, making sure that he can wall that wrap off if need be. Is getting the robo facility down here. Does get the 4th gateway on the go here. Does get the warp gate technology here. That is opening up. Is getting his upgrades. Very well done by VermogeN. Is going into a Stargate build here. I'm going to have to imagine he's going to expand pretty soon here with the amount of buildings, production buildings he has. Would be a good idea. A little bit late on getting out the warp gate on the last one there, but I'm pretty sure we will see that pretty quick here as well. is flying the mothership around to the back of Cstewart's base, possibly here. More than likely, he already knows where Cstewart is apparently taking the very, very scenic route around to make sure he does not get seen by Cstewart, as he could have went almost through the middle, then up and around, but is elected to take the full scenic route. Over at the other end here, Cstewart has gone with a Hydralisk den, so it does look like that's going to be the build. Bunch of Bronze League Overlords just sitting around here. Wouldn't mind maybe seeing an Overseer or something, or at least spread them out to get some map coverage. Does not have any creep spread here, so apparently does not believe in creep spread. Would rather have his units move super slow, but with the upgrade for the Hydralisk, if he chooses to get it, will increase their movement by 25% off of creep, I do believe. Is that correct? Yes, it is. 25% off of creep. So apparently going into a Hydralisk, and there's a Roach Warren going down. More than likely going to see a Roach Hydra build. Very powerful build no matter who you're up against. Does have the third hatchery going down at the top. They're very well done. Mothership is in there. Puts the Time Warp in there to slow the mining down a bit. Queen will chase that Mothership out of there. Not entirely sure if it did get any kills. Let's take a boo here. Does not have any kills yet. Queen is chasing away. Still 0 kills. Not very effective for VermogeN at all. Chris does have his dogs up here, apparently. I'm not entirely sure what they were looking to do there, but they were up at the corner there, maybe looking to hopefully chase him away here. If we take a look over here, the Hydras have gotten up on top there, making sure he does not get into the main. It looks like the Mothership is going to hightail it out of here with 0 kills. But if anything, he does realize that the expansion is up and being mined fairly well so far. Cstewart has elected to place 2 on this, 3 on this assimilator, not fully saturating his assimilators by no means, only 14 drones up top. Maybe needs to get that count up a little bit more so we can get some better income, better economy happening here. 2 Phoenixes are heading up here. Over here we do have a little team of Stalkers and Zealots, as he is choosing not to expand at the natural, but to expand at the 3rd location here. And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen here with his Phoenixes here. Probably going to go in and harass a bit. 2 Phoenix harass isn't very effective at all. But needless to say, will work for a bit. He's got to understand that there's probably going to be some defense up here. So 2 Phoenix harass really isn't going to be the best of harassment. Maybe go around and shoot some Overlords would be my recommendation. But as we do see in many Bronze League games, and yes, there's a Spore Crawler up there, so it does not really do him any good, but there is a spot, yes, is going to find the soft spot here, or move him right in there, just out of the Spore Crawler's range. Has picked up the Queen for no reason. There's no chance he's going to kill that Queen with 1 Phoenix there. Does not do it there. It gets a little bit close to the Spore Crawler. Queen starts knocking him away there. Brings the Hydralisk up here to chase those Phoenix out of the base there, making sure he does not get harassed anymore. At the 3rd, he is getting a little bit of saturation with a whopping 1 drone on that base. And he does have a few roaches down at the bottom just in case they come through the front door there. These Phoenixes are going to have a little discussion up top, revamp their plan, and come up with something a little bit better this time, I would like to imagine. Down here, he does get the Nexus, just about to finish up here. Is getting a very good count on his Stalker count. Does have 14 Stalkers with 2 Zealots. Very curious if he's sitting on any upgrades. Does have the Thermal Lance. More than likely going to see some Colossi, which is the counter to Roach Hydra. So not a very bad decision by no means out of VermogeN there. Other than that, just has the 1-1 upgrades on the ground armor and the ground weapons. Very well done. Is getting the Twilight Council. Might see some Darkies out, or maybe just looking to get Blink. Or possibly Zealot legs. Not very likely on the legs, as he doesn't have a ton of Zealots. But who knows? We'll have to wait and find out what he decides to do here. Is going around with the Phoenixes again. Does lose the 1 Phoenix. That Phoenix shoots away. Doesn't get anything out of it. 0 kills on that Phoenix. So really didn't get a whole heck of a lot. Might get a kill on this Overlord here. Overlord decides to fly back towards the Phoenix. Don't know if that's the best move, but also flying into his army of Hydras, and this could be deadly. It's going to be very close. He's got him down to 44, 35, and he does go down there. Loses another Phoenix there, so no good on his harassment of Mothership or Phoenix so far. Both have been warded off by Cstewart. Very well done here. And he is accumulating a good count now, up to 18 Stalkers, so still continuing that very good count. Is going down a little bit, as Cstewart seems to be keeping up on the macro game and the army game with a fairly bigger, substantial army at 121 to 77 so far here. So very well done by both of these guys here. This is looking very good. If we take a look at the army supply, we are 83 to 44 for Cstewart, so a fairly good increase there. And he has started to out macro him pretty bad here, as we are 41 to 33. So definitely getting that count up there at as well here. So far, Cstewart has the 2 Phoenix kills, and that's about all that we have for kills on the map so far. Cstewart apparently moving out here, does have a fairly big army here. Let's take a look at his upgrades. Is running on 0-0 upgrades. Would not mind seeing some upgrades, but in true Bronze League fashion, we don't have any upgrades out of him. Yet VermogeN does have that count on him at the 1-1. Not too sure. This should be very close here. Does have a lot of Hydras and Roaches here to a lot of Stalkers. He really needs to get those Colossi out here. Does look like he's going to go down and start to retreat here. Is running them back here. Just too big of an army by Cstewart here. Is getting in reinforcements. Cstewart is engaging. Does see the cannons. Chooses to move off of that engagement here. Is getting some more Stalker kills. Is looking to go into the main here. Possibly he's looking down here to see that there is nothing at the expansion. Apparently looking to back off here. Maybe doesn't want to extend his army too far. Can't say I disagree with that decision, but we'll soon find out how it works out for him. Hopefully he does not get enough time for VermogeN to build up here, as then it would become a very big mistake by Cstewart here. Still no upgrades coming out of VermogeN. Did not get anything out of the Twilight Council. Very curious, did he get? No, did not even get a Dark Shrine. So not entirely sure why he got the Twilight Council, unless he was hopefully maybe looking to get extra upgrades. At the level 3 upgrades, you do require that, even the level 2 upgrades. He does have his first Colossi on the field here. Did not get a rally point, so he's just going to stand by the robo facility, make sure nobody comes up there and hurts it at all. Cstewart is reinforcing this army. Wow, with a lot of Roaches coming down here to reinforce this army. The count is 143 to 78. Really has increased that value that he has had in the army lead the whole time. Has increased it quite a bit. Is now electing that he will take these cannons on head on here, as he feels like he has the army for it. Does get hit from behind here. Good surround happening here between the cannons and the units of VermogeN here. Cstewart is really losing a lot of guys over here by shooting the cannon, not getting him into the actual battle. Still has Roaches fighting there. If he brings him over, he might be able to outdo this here. Here he comes. Could be very close here. Is going at him fairly good here. Will win this battle, no problem, but at what expenses? We do have Void Rays on the field here. Is going to target down that Colossi and may get the kill. Colossi is running away, and the Colossi escapes with 4 hit points. Very well done there. Cstewart does knock everything down that he can. Runs away from that cannon that was shooting from up top. Is elected to go right into the expansion here and knock out that mineral line here. Does have reinforcements coming in the way of 3 whopping Hydras. Does see the Colossi on the upper ground. Does take that Colossi down finally, as he did only have 4 hit points. Is going to take down the expansion here. Do not see anybody reinforcing the army here. Does have 16 Hydras on the go there. That should be plenty of reinforcements to only 1 Void Ray by VermogeN there. So should see this increase, as he is already at 111 to 230. Will more than likely see a GG here, unless he determines that he can possibly get in here. Really needs to start warping in units. Really has a good mineral count. Wouldn't have mind seeing that getting used. If he did lack anything, yeah, and there we go here. If VermogeN lacked anything this game, he's got to be warping in units a little bit quicker than that. You can't be riding a bankroll that high. Very well done by Cstewart. Played a pretty good game there. I must say the Roach Hydra combo is something to be reckoned with. And once again, your words of the day today. You wake up and there's frost on the ground. Make sure you get that right once you get in the shower. I do appreciate you watching. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.